blame you. All right, let's get to the game where it's our only difference of the week.
Yep. So you've backed the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I've backed the Tigers in this one. Where's your head in this one?
Yeah, the Bunnies only losing Braden Burns. Granted, he's gone for the year, but was only being used on the bench, so no big loss to their 17. Bailey Sirenan comes in, and while the Bunnies didn't look too good against the Dogs last week, it's a sign of a good team for me when, for the most part, you look like crap, but you can still get the win. And in the end, the scoreboard didn't really reflect that, but a 16-point win against the Dogs is always handy. As for the Tigers, BJ Leilua, he's gone for 4 weeks. Cheekham moves to the centres and Chris Lawrence on the bench. A couple of players in doubt with Mbai, Luciano Leilua and Sam McIntyre, but all have been named. Defensively, the Tigers did not look great outside of their own 20. Within their own 20, it was some of the grittiest, toughest defense we've seen from them in a while. But I can't see it happening against this Rabbitohs team that, for the most part, is really good inside their own 20. Generally is able to capitalize from possession inside the opposition 20. And if they can't get the result, they'll get the repeat set. They had, 3 or 4 repeat sets in a row before the Bulldogs cracked, and they're happy just to chip away to get that pressure building. I did see on Twitter today that Benji Marshall was training with the starting squad, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Benji back, potentially in lieu of Josh Reynolds, who missed 7 tackles last week. But look, this is a tough one, but I'm going with my gut. My gut was right last week with, basically every game but the Roosters. There's no reason not to go against it this week. I'm saying the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, so I look at how the Rabbitohs have performed against some of the more informed teams in the comp, and I don't think they've pulled the win against a team that looks like they're going to make the 8 this year. Like they've not looked good against good teams is the problem here. And coming up against a Tigers team that's running pretty well, went down 19-12 to the Panthers last week. Arguably, the Panthers are probably your second or third favourite for the comp. Like that's a good stead. Where Souths pull out not an easy win against a Bulldogs team that's, to be honest, pretty stripped for players at the minute. Lose their star forward. It for me, that worries me. That worries me for the Souths because they've got the talent. It's just that it's not clicking right now. And I get that when you get a new fullback, it's changed to your spine and you need to rework it and you need to give it time. I think it's too soon for Souths right now. I don't think that they're looking at their best, and for that reason, that's why I look at the Tigers and I think if you can hold Penrith 19-12, then you've got a good shot of not just beating Souths, but beating them by at least a converted try.
Yeah, look, the market has fluctuated a lot just in the couple of minutes that we've been talking. South Sydney, when we first started talking, were $1.46. They blew out to $1.60. They're now back into $1.54. There is no real betting market for me that stands out. I agree that this could be this could be a lot closer than I'm probably saying. I'm going to go South just head to head at $1.54. There's not much that is appealing for me otherwise. South's 1-12 potentially at $2.80. That's probably what I'll end up putting in my multi. But for those who want to play it conservative, South's on the head-to-head at $1.54, I think is pretty good value.
Yeah. So I've just had a look at South's previous results. The only wins that they've got to their name so far come against the Titans, the Warriors, and the Dogs. So far this year, and the Sharks. Sorry. so far this year they've been beaten by Penrith, the Sydney Roosters, and then of course the Melbourne Storm. So it's, you look at that; those are strong teams.
That's three of the top four that most have for deep into the finals. The Tigers currently 8th. This is probably a true test in finals footy. Now that we are, basically halfway into the season now, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Like I said, I'm going to go, and for the record, for anyone that does wonder, I do put a cheeky $5 on the tips that we give. Throw them all into a multi. So we're putting money. We're both putting money on it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going Souths 1 to 12 in the multi. I've got the Bunnies in as the tip. This is probably one that I'm a bit iffy on, but still, I have more confidence in saying Souths.
Yeah, so I'm leaning Tigers, so I'd go Tigers 1 to 12. If you really, really wanted to play it safe, you go either team 1 to 12 for me. This one's not going to be a blowout. There's not going to be more than 2 converted tries in this for me. So any team 1 to 12, or if you're feeling a little bit more cocky, go for the Tigers 1 to 12 for me.
Yep. Either team 1 to 12 at $1.62 for those wondering at the moment. And we're recording this Tuesday afternoon, 5 o'clock. So
yeah,
that's a good shout. That.